So I think that time is about 5:30 a.m. and as I couldn't sleep, I tried to make something. So I'm making stew. And a friend of mine, I remember him saying that he wanted to see how they make stew. He wanted to watch the process. So this is the stew. I just have the oil, like very little oil, and I'm frying the onions. I like cutting my onions in rings like these. Then you just fry the onions till they kind of brown a little. No, not brown, just look translucent somehow. Yep. And yeah, I already washed my chicken. Have my stock cube, but I'm only going to use one because I have stew from before, and I'm going to mix the two together eventually. I have paprika. I'm not going to use salt, or I'm only going to use one stock cube because the other stew is kind of salty and I don't like too much salt. Okay, this is looking good. And then I have my plum tomatoes. It's ground plum tomatoes. You could either blend it yourself or anyhow you like, but I blended this myself. Like I bought the whole plum tomatoes in the tin, and I blended it myself, put it in the blender, and I put garlic and ginger because I just like the flavor in my food. I'm going to add a bit of that to the onions. Alright, okay, so I added the plum tomatoes to the onions, and I'm just gonna let that fry in for a bit, just so that all the tomato, like the sweetness of tomato, so it could come out. I didn't add any other thing, just oil, onions, and tomato, and that's it. I'm gonna let it fry for a bit. See, the heat is slightly above medium, but nothing too high. Probably leave it for about 10 minutes or something, and then I'll come back and continue. Okay, so you generally want to turn on the light. So you generally want to keep on stirring this thing so it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pot. Normally I should have more oil than this, but because I'm using chicken and I know that will produce more oil and I don't want too much oil, I don't have too much oil here. But if you're using fish or you're just making it without like any form of meat, you don't have to use so little oil. And I think I'm ready to put my chicken in now. So remember, this is just the onions, the tomatoes, and very little oil that I have let to fry for a while. And then I put in my chicken. I already washed the chicken. I'm just gonna rinse it one more time. Gonna put the chicken in. Okay, this pot is small. This wasn't a wise idea. But you see, I'm gonna mix it with something. Oh my goodness, this is a very small pot. So I'm just gonna do 2 pieces of chicken today. No, I actually have to put everything in. I'm just gonna transfer this to another pot. Hold on. Okay, so I have transferred it to a much bigger pot now. And then I didn't know that I had this much chicken, so it's not my fault. Right. So this, I'm just gonna make sure the tomato paste and the chicken really, mix together well. And then, yep, I'm gonna add a little water because I know I'm going to boil the chicken because it's still raw. Use a bowl for my water. Okay, so I'm adding water. Not too much though, just enough to boil the chicken. And the chicken is very soft chicken, so I don't need too much. And then this is where you would add all your salt and your stock cubes and your pepper if you wish, but as I'm not going to use any of that, okay, I want to add more water because you know chicken wants to boil. Yeah, and as I'm not, I'm not using any other things, the salt or the whatever, because my other thing is salty. Another salt. This is paprika. So adding a little bit of paprika. Not too much. Okay, so a little. And then this is actually hot sauce, like hot sauce. And I like my food hot. Well, not all the time, but my stews, I like them hot. And I hope I don't regret adding this much pepper, but the other one is too salty, so I guess not this much. Right. Okay, so I added my stock cube, like my Maggi cube or my Knorr cube or whatever you choose to use. And then just have my chicken. Added some more water. It already smells very nice. I wish you could smell it. And I'm just gonna cover it up and let it boil for 15, 20, 25, 30 minutes. 30 minutes at most. And in the meantime, I'm just gonna clear up all of this place while the food gets ready. It's been about 30 minutes right now, and the chicken smells so good. And the stew, and oh my god, it smells like my grandma's stew and pardon. I can't wait to taste this. Oh, this smells delicious. You see what I mean by the oil from the chicken comes up to now, it's all oily. This is so good. And I think, well, chicken looks like it's just about ready. I'm gonna add the other stew now and mix them together. And I added it now. The thing about the other stew is it's smoked fish stew. Like I saw smoked fish at the store and I got it because I was like, ooh wow, smoked fish. I can't wait to taste that. And then I come home and I don't taste the fish, like I just make the stew. And I add all my stock cubes and my salt to this stew. And then I now taste it. And it's just about ready. And oh my god, the amount of salt wanted to make me cry. Apparently, they smoked the fish with a lot of salt. Like a lot of salt. I had no idea. I just went ahead to make my stew. I was so sad. My roommate got to the kitchen and then I just felt kind of awkward recording with him cooking. I don't exactly talk to her so well, so I'd rather save myself all the awkward incidences. So yeah, the stew turned out really nice, tastes good. I kind of solved the salt problem with the other stew, but it's still on the salty side, but it's good. Yeah, so that's how you make red stew.